Hello, everyone. You're listening to the Blue Milk Scale podcast. My name is Alex.
And Connor here.
This is the very first episode of this revamped, rebooted, however you want to phrase it, podcast that I did on my channel. For those that have been subscribers to the channel for over a year now, would know that I did a podcast called the Galaxy Reviews Podcast, where I did 13 episodes total over the year. But I've just been very busy with school, film projects, and what have you. That I've just been very busy. But now I've sort of wanted to get back into the podcasting game and revamp the series and give it a new name. And occasionally bring in other guests, co-hosts, like my good friend Connor here.
What's up?
So this, as of right now, retry. And record. There we go. Hello, everyone. You're listening to the Blue Milk Scale podcast. My name is Alex.
And we got Connor here.
Sweet. So welcome aboard to this revamped, rebooted, however you want to phrase it, episode of this series. Because if you've been subscribed to my channel for over a year now, you would know that I did a podcast called the Galaxy Reviews Podcast, where I did 13 episodes. Technically 14. I'll get into that later. This is going to be episode 15. I'm still going to keep the numbering order, but just a different name. That's basically all that's changed. There's some other things that are changed as well with the podcast. But for the most part, it's still the same film discussion, same Q&A segments, and different co-hosts. That's going to be exciting as well. Get a wide variety of guests. That should be fun, including my good friend Connor here.
Yeah.
So you may be wondering, well, how did this name come up? What's the Blue Milk Scale? Okay. Story time. Here's where the name came from. Mm-hmm. So after I saw Rogue One, there's one thing I didn't like with that movie in particular, and that was the amount of fan service was in that movie. And one of which in particular that really stood out was the blue milk in the very beginning.
The focus rack straight to the blue milk.
Yes, focus rack.
That's right.
It was like a good 5 seconds.
That shallow depth of field so you see it.
Yes. And that made me just realize, okay, that made me come up with the phrase that just a blue milk moment, which is like Easter eggs that are just completely pointless. Like they serve no purpose in the narrative or anything like that. So from there, I've just been like, okay, so on a blue milk scale, where does that Easter egg rank? So I thought it was unique. So I thought, hey, let's make this the title now. So that's where the name came from. And as for what happened to episode 14, what happened was I recorded a podcast with the original founder of the podcast, my good buddy Jack Skian. Along with another friend of mine, Alexi Burleson, who I've mentioned on the podcast before, where we were doing a discussion of the films of 2016 that we saw. It was really good discussion, really great points brought up. We complained about Batman v Superman a lot, but we lost the file.
No.
So it was all very embarrassing. It was a huge shame. So that will be the lost episode, and this is episode 15. Here we go. So before we get right into the main topic, I'd like to do a new segment of the podcast called Spread the Love, where in this world of negativity, the internet can be a pretty nasty place. So I'd like to spread some positivity, and I'd like to give a quick shout out to a YouTuber that I follow, and that I think their work deserves your attention and your subscription. And for today's shout out, I'm going to give it to a YouTuber named Hello Greedo, who is an all Star Wars content creator where he discusses the movies, the recent Star Wars news. He's a very rational Star Wars fan as well.
Absolutely.
And he does some parodies every once in a while. They're really funny. And I think one of my favorites of his, I think my first video I watched of his was Poorly Timed Trip to Alderaan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
Good times.
Oh yeah, he's great, and check out his Patreon page as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'll link him below. Give him your subscribeness and tell him I sent you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's get right into the main topic at hand.
That's right.
So we are going to discuss Star Wars. Big surprise here because we just talked about Hello Greedo, but specifically the recent development that's been happening with its director problem, particularly with the Han Solo spin-off movie and Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah, well, What's going on, Alex?
Okay.
What's going on?
I will lay out the facts.
Is Star Wars dying right in front of our eyes?
One would say so, but we shall see. There may be hope yet. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed for Last Jedi. If that sucks, prepare for a lot of rants.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ryan spells his name weird, though, so you gotta trust the guy that spells his name like that, right?
I never really thought of that before, but okay. So what happened was, first let's discuss the Han Solo movie, since that happened first. So in January 30th of 2017, one of the directors, I can't remember whether it was Phil Lord or Chris Miller, but one of them tweeted a picture of the first slate of when production began for the Han Solo movie.
What did they call it?
I don't remember the working title.
It was Red Solo Cup, I believe.
Red Solo Cup?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any sources confirming that other than you.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, let's go with that. Red Solo Cup. So that was January 30th, 2017.
Red Cup.
Okay.
Red Cup. It's a pun is what we can call it, because they're called Solo Cups.
Oh.
Red Cup. Here's the slate right there.
That's funny. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's homage to Blue Harvest and
okay.
where they'd come up with names to throw people off the scent of Star Wars.
And I know Episode 8's working title was Space Bear.
Yeah, it was Space Bear. The posters for that movie came out in tubes called Space Bear to throw people off at the theater so they couldn't sell the posters.
So anyways, that tweet was like roughly the beginning of the year. Now flash forward to June of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We hear that they are no longer attached to direct.
Mm-hmm. They're dead.
They're not dead. Don't spread fake news here. So the only official confirmation we have from either party was that they separated from creative differences. Now,
Mutual, right? They were called Mutual at the time.
Apparently,
from
yes.
Kathleen.
From Kathleen, yes. It's interesting that there would be creative differences, because if you look at their filmography, they've directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs,
right.
21 Jump Street,
right.
22 Jump Street, 23 Jump Street, 24 Jump Street. No, I'm just joking. But but then in the Lego Movie, now their shtick, if you will, is improvisational meta commentary. Like, if you watch 21 Jump Street, it is an in-joke of itself, of its very premise.
It's self-aware.
It is very self-aware. Even like 22 Jump Street, where Ice Cube's like, "You sons of bitches are going back to college," and they just move across the building. Like, it's poking fun at the idea of sequels.
Yeah, no, it is. For sure.
And even the Lego Movie was just a huge meta commentary of itself, of Legos, of how they are in the cultural zeitgeist. Like, that is their thing as directors and storytellers. So it would be so that's just how they are. But it would be interesting that there would be creative differences if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they were hired as directors back. They were hired back in, I want to say, June or July of 2015. So they've been in this relationship for 2 years, and they're just now coming out with creative differences.
It's terrifying.
It's just really bizarre. Really,
at face value, it's terrifying. Makes you wonder what's happening. What changed? What did they try to do? Did they try to put Ice Cube into the movie? So it's like, it just makes you wonder.
I mean, there was also there was Rogue One as well that happened last year, where we know that film underwent a lot of reshoots, where we heard that Gareth Edwards wasn't really delivering what Lucasfilm really wanted with what they ideally wanted with that movie.
Do you think it was more conservative? Do you think that it was more trying to move in a different creative endeavor with that movie?
I don't know, because we don't even know the full extent of what. No,
we don't know anything that happened really.
So
we'll probably never see the reshoots that
I will say though, I think the Han Solo Blu-ray is going to be very sparse with special features.
Yeah,
like that bonus
and I hope
disc
so.
is going to be just very tiny.
Mm-hmm. But the reshoots for Rogue One ended up being less of a problem than I think that it was first apparent when it first came out.
Sure, yeah.
Because everybody was freaking out on the internet. Oh my God, there's reshoots. What's going on right now?
Yeah, reshoots do happen a lot with movies, not just Star Wars, but they do happen a lot.
But it makes huge headlines when Star Wars has to reshoot. Nearly half the movie is what was advertised, or at least in clickbait articles.
Right. But I think I'm trying to remember where I was going with this, but it's just interesting to see how there be creative difference. Because my personal theory, is that they weren't like maybe it could be a Rogue One case where they weren't quite delivering what a film that Lucasfilm wanted them to sort of make. They weren't quite working in line. They weren't on the same page.
From a front office standpoint?
It could be that, or it could be... Because here's another... this has not been confirmed as well. One of the instigators as to how they got fired actually came from Han Solo himself, Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
Where he addressed concerns to the producers, where he was citing his performance as something akin to Jim Carrey from... Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yeah, that's extremely interesting. And there's also the thing that came out with them hiring an acting coach for Alden Ehrenreich.
And that's not really an approach.
And he's an awesome actor. I love Alden Ehrenreich.
He was very good in that.
He was in the Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, Hail Caesar. He was very good in that.
He was awesome in that. So it worried people. It wasn't. Look, Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to get a Harrison Ford-esque character out there for Han Solo, for such a famous and recognizable character that so many people love. Yeah. And it was scary for them to even try from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just interesting of that performance. Like, that's not a good take for Han Solo.
Not at all. Not at all. It was just as scary when Mark Hamill came out talking about he didn't like the direction that Rian Johnson was taking for The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
That and people were like, Luke Skywalker doesn't like the director, but he quickly took back that after he saw the rough cut, I believe, of The Last Jedi, and then he said, actually, this is awesome. Was it political?
I don't know.
We may never know.
I don't know. We'll see. We may never know what happened, because the thing with Kathleen Kennedy and Disney, for that matter, is that they're very protective of their films. They don't want people to worry about them.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But what we got for the Han Solo movie is that so Phil and Chris Miller are out the door, and they've been replaced by Ron Howard.
Right.
Academy Award-winning director Ron Howard. He's not had some recent successes lately. But what I've heard as well, and I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but he's taking a decreased salary for this movie, but in exchange for that, Lucasfilm will fund a passion project for Ron Howard.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know that.
I think is a good trade-off, I'd say so.
It absolutely, especially for Star Wars. There's a lot of directors that would do that for free.
Ron Howard is a safe choice as well. I mean, he's had ties with George Lucas for quite a while, actually. He starred in... he acted in one of Lucas's early films, American Graffiti.
That's right.
Which is an excellent film, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I really love it. And he spoke on a podcast a few years ago promoting In the Heart of the Sea, which is a film he directed recently, where he said that George Lucas approached him to direct The Phantom Menace. So he's had some sort of connection with George Lucas for quite a while, so it's interesting that it's now being paid off this way.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not this benefits the movie in any way, I don't know. But what's also interesting is that the release date for the Han Solo movie has not changed yet.
Yeah,
it's still coming out in May of 2018.
And that's what they wanted to do with Force Awakens. And it ended up getting pushed back to December.
Which I think worked really well.
I think that it's a good time to release the movie. It's around Christmas. It's great for marketing.
It is, and also you don't get much competition as well. I mean,
no, not at all. And then after it was decided that it was going to come out, I'm sure other movies were pushing their release dates back even further, or releasing a little bit earlier because it's Star Wars and you can't compete with that beautiful logo.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a big reason why there's no competition, because you don't see those Avatar sequels trying to get a December release date. Like those movies are never going to come out
for sure. Yeah.
So we'll see how that Han Solo movie goes.
Mm-hmm. I am looking forward to it, but I'm also nervous as hell. I didn't think that it was a great topic to begin with, which is not necessarily an unpopular opinion, but we're just gonna have to see how it turns out.
Yeah,
I love Han Solo. I love Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know about them combining.
See, like one of the reasons why I was slightly kind of having some optimism for this movie beforehand was the fact that it was going to be directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, because those are some very talented people. They're very improvisational in a professional way, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do very well with what they do.
But being fired or let go or parting ways so late is terrifying. The sets were already built.
I mean, people are comparing this to Edgar Wright and Ant-Man, but at least even then, while that wasn't a good solution for either party, but even then, at least the cameras didn't start rolling. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? But then, this recent development happened just a few weeks ago. Episode 9's director, Colin Trevorrow, who previously directed Safety Not Guaranteed, which I think is a pretty good sci-fi indie film, and Jurassic World, has been booted as well.
Oh my god. What do we do?
It's so it's just like there's something going down with the Lucasfilm in its directors. Like they're not really hiring. Either they're not hiring people that are willing to deliver a good vision for what Lucasfilm wants, or they're just something's out of sync here with its directors. It's really interesting to see that as well. And Colin Trevorrow, in particular, he's spent a lot of time with the development and pre-production for Episode 9.
Yes,
and I mean, I feel bad for the
and
guy.
To hand that off, even to a great director like J.J. Abrams, it's really hard to hand off all that hard work for Star Wars. You got to call home and say, "Mama, I'm not directing Star Wars anymore."
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. I do feel bad for Colin Trevorrow because he spent a lot of time on.
Was that one called Mutual as well?
I want to say
probably. And
I don't
for political
we don't
reasons.
Really know.
I
for
doubt
sure.
that he went down without a fight for Star Wars.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see but then, like you said, they announced that J.J. Abrams, the director of The Force Awakens, will be returning to direct Episode 9. Now,
right.
I understand completely why Disney decided to bring him back, because they need safe. They need safe at this point. That's why they brought in Ron Howard.
Quality control.
Yes, they know the kind of film they will get with JJ, which isn't a bad thing at all. But at the same time is that they're going to play it safe. So I don't think we'll get... Like, if we're looking for something really revolutionary for Star Wars, like how we hope Episode 8 will be, I don't know... I can't say for certain if we'll get that with JJ. Because he's the guy that likes to reference other stuff, like Star Trek Into Darkness, for example. For all intents and purposes, that movie is Wrath of Khan. Like, I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan or anything like that, but...
I am. I don't dive into them near as deep as Star Wars,
sure,
obviously. But I do know that J.J. Abrams is a bigger Star Wars fan than he is Star Trek, and he was worried about that, and people were worried about it with Simon Pegg as well, of him being in Star Wars at all.
Really?
Which is ridiculous. Yeah, there was a petition to get him out of Star Wars forever.
That's so...
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't get that.
But I do know that J.J. Abrams is a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah, he is.
He's a geek for Star Wars.
Like, the heart, with The Force Awakens, his heart was definitely in the right place with that film.
And we don't even know what he exactly wanted to do, because obviously Kathleen Kennedy, they're all going to have a huge role in how this plays out. He might have, for all we know, he might have been like, Starkiller Base, that's a horrible idea. We don't want to do that. And they said, we got to keep it a little bit familiar.
Yeah,
we don't know.
See, here's the thing. Yeah. Here's my principle with that. I'm a defender of The Force Awakens. Surprise, right? I love The Force Awakens, but it's got its problems. I will admit those problems.
You have to defend it though, because there's a lot of blatant hate for it as well.
Sure, but at the same time is that the reason I defend
not rational hate.
Sure, but like the reason I defend that movie as much as I do is because I get why it did what it did with rehashing A New Hope in a way.
But it ties it up in a nice little bow. There's barely any loose ends with it. Sure. We've got Han Solo that is gone now. R.I.P. Han Solo. He's gone now, but he came back. So and to see Carrie Fisher's character come back, it's amazing.
Yeah.
To see the Millennium Falcon on the screen, big, because it was technically in episode 2. In the hangar? In 3?
No, 3.
Okay, it was in episode 3. It was nice to see the Millennium Falcon, which, by the way, was absolutely gorgeous in this movie. It was nice to see the Groflex saber back on screen, and I think all that goes without like fan service. I think that it was all for the movie.
Yeah, it does have its fan servicey moments. I mean, not to an extent like Rogue One, for example, but with
I wish it had Fanatic fan service. You know what I mean?
What are you saying?
Like, I'm talking about like name FN2187's character, maybe like around like a Groflex stuff, like only people that have gone super deep into it know about. I know that FN2187 was Leia's cell number, but you know what I mean? Something that only true enthusiasts would get.
Sure.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. That's just me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But the reason I defend that, despite it having some fan service or despite it having similar plot points to A New Hope, is because it was a return to Star Wars. So I felt like it had a license to do that, and
it felt good. I walked out of the theater happy.
I did too, man. I did too. Which is why I feel like I did a real disservice to it when I reviewed. Like, I did a re-review of it about a year ago.
I never read your first review.
My first review was overwhelmingly positive. It was my favorite.
Blatantly positive, like fangirl positive.
I did have some criticisms of it. It was mostly in the direction where I felt like some of my problems with J.J. Abrams as a director is like he likes using the fast moving camera, like
zoom in,
like lots of zooms. Sometimes I feel like you could benefit from just having the camera in a static position, where you could really when they're in the Maz's castle. It goes through all these wonderful creature designs where sometimes, but it's really quick. You just want to see.
You had to go back, and I even did this as soon as I got the Blu-ray after the movie stopped release party. I went home and I paused it right on the cantina scene.
Yeah, he does.
And there were some beautiful, 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 beautiful creatures. And the biggest thing that I'm taking away from this new movie and why I defend J.J. Abrams so much is the prop design, which I know he had a hand in. I know he was like, listen, we can't do CGI everything. You know what I mean? Even to the full size Millennium Falcon sets that they could run throughout. That was so great. But I'll defend.
He's a guy that gets Star Wars. I will give him that. He like I said, The Force Awakens had heart in it, and like I was saying, like my first review was really positive.
Okay. And your re-review?
My re-review was a little negative. I still liked it.
But all for the good constructive criticism reasons.
Yeah, and then there was a point where I hated Rey.
Yeah, really.
I don't really hate her anymore. I feel like she's not the perfect protagonist. There's some problems with her I still have, but I don't hate her like some people do, like the Mary Sewers.
I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but do you think that she comes from a Sith lineage?
I don't.
That's not crazy. I don't think it's crazy. But I don't think that it's true. But I don't think it's crazy.
We'll see. I mean, okay. I will say this though. I hope she's not a Skywalker. I hope she's not.
Yeah, no, I hope that she's not a Skywalker either.
I just hope
if Rian Johnson has a thing to do about it,
I just hope she is, and it's the same with Snoke. I hope they are just new characters. We don't know anything about their past or anything. Well, like their past lineage or anything like that.
Yeah,
I don't care if Snoke is Darth Plagueis or something.
The argument for Rey having an English accent is like it makes sense. Like because she comes from the Sith. And people go, yeah, but you learn accents. Yeah, but why would they do that? Why would they change John Boyega's accent and then not change hers and then tie her to the Skywalker lineage? It doesn't make any sense, and it's frankly kind of ridiculous. If they go, we're Skywalker, and you go, but the accents, it's just gonna take away from the story so much.
I see where you're going with that.
By the way, John Boyega's English accent is amazing.
Oh, like his American accent, really?
Yeah, his American accent. Yeah.
It's so good.
It's perfect. When I first saw an interview with him, I was like, what the hell?
And John Boyega, he's so fun to follow on Instagram.
He is so much fun. The controversy is ridiculous. I want him to be out there and have fun. The dude's got money. The dude's got a lot of stuff going on. As long as he doesn't abuse that kind of power, I love him.
He is so fun. Like, he revels in just how much like the Star Wars, like he revels in that stuff.
Yes, he loves it.
Like I love, I think it was before The Force Awakens came out, where he made an Instagram video or something like that, where he's holding an action figure of himself. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm a toy. I'm a toy.
Yeah, that was the same kind of reaction Daisy Ridley had to all that kind of stuff too. Seeing her,
well, before she deleted her Instagram.
Yeah, that was she just was tired of dealing with assholes on
deservedly so.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like she was trying to find a safe place or something like that. It just got down to, I just don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
which is probably for the better when you're that famous.
Yeah,
you know, because she's on a new level now.
I agree.
Star Wars, you know, so it's got a ring to it, don't it?
I do. Hopefully, JJ will do something different, something bold and different with him doing Episode 9. And hopefully, it helps with how Episode 8 is received.
We are, and this is also, we both understand that this is kind of weird to talk about having not seen Rian Johnson's yet. But it's still worth talking about.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see him. But we already know that Rian Johnson's completely going in a different direction. Mm-hmm. You just know that from the cinematography. We haven't seen the trailer yet. The teaser. The teaser. We already know that it's going to be a lot different. The quote that had everybody talking. That Luke Skywalker says, "It's time for the Jedi to end."
That got me so excited because.
And then you go, "We're going to have a new story."
Yes,
we're going to have
so
new
excited.
Story for Star Wars.
If this means they're trying to bring an end to the Jedi once and for all, I'm like, yeah, do it. Because I'm like,
the Jedi have been oppressive, and for their own agenda, and not to get Jedi political. I just want to see them. I just want to see a new story.
Yeah, me too.
They've had their own issues.
I gotta say, if that's the case, fuck the Jedi. Mm-hmm. They suck.
Yeah, but it's gonna be great. Now I'm a fan of the Rebellion.
Okay,
but the Jedi are different, you know.
Yeah,
they're a different thing.
I mean, my problems with Jedi are down like prequel problems, but it's like that's a whole other subject.
Oh, it totally is. That's another podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm always down with Star Wars, man.
Yeah. Have you got anything else to add about the directors for Star Wars? We went on lots of tangents here. But...
Yeah, no, we've definitely been on a lot of tangents. I think that it's worth noting what happened to the original trilogy, with George Lucas only directing the first one and giving up his throne, his legacy like that.
Yeah.
In the early episodes, you ask some people and they don't even know that George Lucas didn't direct two of them. You know what I mean? So there's a whole set of people that don't know about that. Do those people really even have the right to complain about new direction with Star Wars? You know, because I'm not worried as much as I am just curious at this point.
Yeah,
you know, because this entire podcast could be wrapped up with, we should see what happens.
Yeah, that is, we are just playing by ear.
Let's just see what happens. I'm so excited for it. I'm excited for Rian Johnson's project. I'm excited for J.J. Abrams after this. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I meant to bring this up a little bit earlier, but Rian Johnson was actually offered to direct Episode 9.
Yes, and I hope that he has a stand, like a say in something. I hope that he has some power for that movie, because everybody thinks of J.J. Abrams as being completely like conservative when it comes to Star Wars. That he played it safe.
Yeah.
Which is a valid criticism. How would he bring that right back down from what Rian Johnson's probably going to do?
Yeah,
how would he go, let's bring it straight back down to Ewoks, or something like that. Bring it straight back down to Return of the Jedi or something like that. Isn't it interesting how they don't say, this is another tangent, Isn't it interesting that they don't say the final trilogy? Are they leaving that open?
I don't know.
Have you ever heard them say the final trilogy?
I kind of hope that it's just... I hope we just take a break from Star Wars after this trilogy.
At least 10 years.
Yeah, just give it a little break, because I feel like Star Wars saturation is starting to hit me already. Like
the Han Solo, when it first came out.
Like Rogue One is just blue milk the movie. Like on a blue milk scale, it's wild.
How did you feel about Gareth Edwards directing that?
I thought he was quite good as a director.
What do you think about the cinematography? Because that's the biggest thing that I first saw when I was there. I went, "What is up with this depth of field?"
That's his.
It grew on me. It grew on me fast. And the style of that movie is so different from the episodic saga that I was totally okay with it. And I loved Rogue One. The score of Rogue One was amazing.
Okay.
But Which I forgot the composer. I'm sorry, but
Michael Giacchino.
You're right. His score was great. I thought everything was great. I connected with the characters, which is something that a lot of people didn't. Yeah, a lot of people said that they didn't do that. I connected with them fine until the end.
Okay.
Which
that's
is
fair.
Yeah, and but besides that, it was just shot well. Seeing stormtroopers accurately portrayed in that movie was great. Donnie Yen's character was
he
great.
was cool. I will give you that.
Sure,
he was cool.
Was just great. And the Force was just as corny as I wanted it to be. So I liked Rogue One.
That's cool.
Which is worth noting when we're talking about new directors. Gareth Edwards, Star Wars. So it's. And that turned out okay,
that was
Rogue One was. I hate that Rogue One is also a platform to hate Force Awakens still.
Yeah, that's why I actually wrote. Funnily enough, Rogue One was what made me become more positive to Force Awakens again.
Yeah, and people go, Rogue One's what a Star Wars movie should be, and I disagree with that. I understand where they're coming from, but I honestly disagree.
Yeah,
Rogue One was a great anthology film, but I don't think that it's episodic.
Sure, that's totally fair. I'm on the other end, of the spectrum with that, but that's totally cool.
You don't want someone that agrees with you all the time on the podcast.
No. That could be another discussion as well, Rogue One. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all we have to say with that subject of Star Wars.
Right.
All right, so we shall get on to the questions. Now, we've done a few questions. I made a YouTube video, a little teaser trailer, I guess, for this new podcast. So I've got a few comments. Oh God, I don't want to say his name, but Vader the Pussy Slayer asks...
Is that the real Vader, or is that...
No, this is his profile picture right here.
My God.
Do you watch Rick and Morty? If so, what are your thoughts? I love Rick and Morty, actually. Do you watch it?
Oh, I have watched it. I watched it for the first time when I was in a hotel in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And I liked it a lot. I've been turned off a little bit because of the fan base.
I can agree with that as well.
They're obsessive, and I am not obsessive, so that's the only problem I come with it.
I will agree with you on that. The fan base, it really irritates me with that. I love the show because it's actually a really well written show. The thing I love about that show, because I'm a huge sci-fi guy. I love sci-fi. I was a huge Futurama fan as well.
Okay,
back when that was around. But the thing when I saw Rick and Morty, I'm like, this is Futurama meets Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. It was a wonderful combination. It's got really dark humor.
Yeah, it's got great characters in it too.
Yeah, it's really well written. And one of the latest episodes they did recently, I think it was Rick Lantis, something Rick Lantis in that. I won't spoil what happens in it, but it's actually a really brilliant episode. Really a great commentary, good political commentary, and it's also got a good, nice little twist that you don't really see coming.
It's definitely original.
Yes.
In the age where we had Family Guy, starting from The Simpsons, you got Simpsons, and you got Family Guy, and then you had the Cleveland Show and American Dad, which I love all of them. I'm definitely a bigger fan of all those than Rick and Morty, but Rick and Morty was refreshing either way.
See, I'm a huge Simpsons fan. Older Simpsons.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love older Simpsons. And Futurama, those shows. I like Family Guy as well. I like American Dad as well. American Dad.
It depends. You got to look at it through a certain lens. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
You got to look at. It's hard to explain. You got to look at it through a storytelling and small joke aspect. Not quite. Haha! Look at this. It's so shocking. You know what I mean? Because that's the stance that a lot of people took earlier on with Family Guy.
Yeah, totally.
Look how shocking this is. Look at these jokes. And I think that they're just being real. I think that they're just putting jokes in there that have a little bit of merit in today's world.
I mean, Family Guy I'll watch just to get a good laugh. Whenever they try to
Star Wars Family Guy, I have that trilogy on Blu-ray, and I absolutely love it. Seth MacFarlane is a really big Star Wars fan, so to see him, take Star Wars and all the little accuracies. They got the original score from John Williams. It's just great. It's just.
Did you ever watch? I guess it has to do with this as well, because Seth MacFarlane was a part of it as well. But did you ever watch the Robot Chicken parodies?
Yes, and I don't own them, but I watch them on YouTube and Facebook and stuff.
So I have the DVDs. They're so funny. Seth MacFarlane voices the Emperor.
Yes, yeah.
It's so great.
Hello. Do it. Do it.
Stormtrooper.
Do it.
Stormtrooper.
Do it.
Yeah, just give me a turkey club. Coleslaw, I guess. I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, it's funny to see the Death Star as like a fully functioning thing. It's like when they talk about like, oh, the Star Wars people never go to the bathroom. It's like, I mean, they had to eventually. It's part of.
That's what I love about those sorts of parodies. They just poke at fun at ideas that you just.
And how ridiculous Star Wars is. How absolutely it's become a thing, but it's ridiculous. I'm building an R2-D2 right now, and how did they think to do this kind of stuff? And it became so absolutely quintessential to Star Wars. You look at, that's R2. You look at the color scheme and you go, that's R2-D2. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just coming from a start from scratch aspect, which I know George Lucas took a lot from other, but for the most part, starting from scratch. I mean, even the Blade Runner gun, if we just talk about props, you don't even see that thing in the movie.
No.
Barely, so it's just starting from scratch and making something that's that iconic is really, really hard.
You know what's
and what were we talking about, Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. You know what's amazing? How we got from that to from Rick and Morty.
I know. That's why I listen to podcasts, because I like hearing them go on tangents.
It is quite fascinating. Daniel Jones asks, favorite and least favorite movie of the year so far?
Okay.
Favorite. I'll start with positive.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'll have to say Logan.
Okay.
Logan.
Nice. I've actually only seen the black and white version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever see it in the theater?
I did not see it in theater.
Oh, wow.
I the day that it came out, my roommate Griffin got it on Blu-ray, and we watched the noir version, the black and white version, just because I wanted to see that version. I just did, and I know they were playing it in theaters in noir.
Yeah, they were for a limited time. I think over in like Texas or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did in Atlantic Station once.
I don't know. I didn't really see anything.
Or maybe at the Plaza. No, they did do it at the Plaza.
Did they?
Yeah, I was over. I was getting tattooed off Ponce in Atlanta, and I was driving up and I saw they were playing Logan Noir. I was like,
wow,
oh, cool. I didn't go, but yeah, isn't that cool that they played it in black and white like that?
That is cool.
I'm gonna go. I'll say my favorite. My favorite is Dunkirk.
Dunkirk's another favorite of mine as well.
It's slow. Excellent. It makes you feel like you're there. It was shot on 70mm film, which is important for people that care about that kind of stuff. I shoot and develop 35mm film, so I just thought it was cool. And I know Star Wars is shot on. I know a lot of movies are shot on. It's actually become cheaper to do that than to rent like a new Alexa, which is Alexa. Is that the camera name? It's brand new. It's brand new. It's very, very expensive, but it's actually cheaper to shoot 35mm film than that. Of course, it's a 70mm. But I got to see it projected in 70mm, which was totally amazing.
That is,
and I loved it. Wonder Woman's also a really good honorable mention. I would say.
But the reason I love Logan so much is because, first off, it helps that I'm a huge X-Men fan. Like, X-Men's my thing. X-Men got me into, was one of the things that got me into superheroes and comic books and that sort of realm into geek culture, if you will. And to see this being a really satisfying conclusion for Hugh Jackman's career as Wolverine after 17 years. 17 years. Man. It was a really great.
I don't think it was overly sad, but it was sad. It ended on a somber but realistic and beautiful note.
Yes, I gotta say, I cry every time I watch that movie. I've seen that movie, I think 5 times now.
Really?
And I cry every damn time.
There's only one movie that's ever made me cry.
What's that?
La La Land.
Really?
Yes. And I'm a huge, huge fan of La La Land. I've got the soundtrack. Cool. I just sold the poster, but I had the poster in my collection.
And even
there's movies that I want to say, but they didn't come out this year, like The Witch.
Yeah, that came out last year. That was really good.
I know, but for some reason in my mind it still feels like it came out. Yeah, but La La Land, it did make me teary-eyed.
What else came out? John Wick 2 came out this year. That was
that was awesome, man. I did get to see that in theaters. That was a hell of a time.
Good fun. Some other favorites of mine. I loved
the pencil. Yes. For those you can't see, I just acted like I stabbed a pencil in my neck.
Yeah. Some other favorites, like Dunkirk. What's fun with Dunkirk, though, was that I actually really liked it on a second viewing. That's when I started to fully appreciate when I saw it on a second time in IMAX.
Yeah, and no special effects, only compositing.
Yeah, it's so cool. And my problem one of my problems with the first time around was I couldn't understand a single there were times where I couldn't tell what they were saying half the time.
Okay, yeah.
But second time,
Did you watch it in film? Did you watch it projected?
I did, and then I watched it in IMAX.
The little... Yeah, it's IMAX. It's IMAX film, 70mm film.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy.
Yes.
Man. It was just crazy. Did you get that little flickering at the beginning? You're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm in
I did.
a film
That was
right
really
now.
cool.
Because I never got to see Hateful Eight in film,
Yeah,
which makes me mad because I saw that movie by myself at the Mall of Georgia, actually, just by myself in an empty theater, and I was obsessed with that movie. But all I wish is that I could have saw it with an intermission and an alternate ending. But oh well.
What else came out this year? Recently, Baby Driver.
Yeah,
Baby Driver, so much fun. Love it.
I wish that I had a say in that. I'll go ahead and say that it's one of my favorites. I haven't seen it, but I'll go ahead and say it's one of my favorites because
cop-out answer, but okay.
just because of the innovation of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Logan Lucky. That is absolutely an honorable mention.
That's also a good
That
film.
totally slipped my mind. Logan Lucky was so much fun.
Funny what Google
another friend.
do.
I have another friend that worked on that as well.
Oh, cool.
I do want to see Mother. My mom watched it the other day, and my mother saw Mother, and she hated it, which means I'm gonna love it. So I can't wait to watch that as well. I have not gotten around to seeing it or Kingsman, but those are both worth mentioning since we're talking about movies that are coming out.
I did see it recently. I gotta say, I thought it was just okay.
Yeah,
I didn't love it. It didn't light my world on fire or anything like that, but.
For horror movies are hard. I love Insidious.
Okay.
A lot of people don't like that movie. I loved Insidious, but The Witch is the best modern day horror movie that I've ever seen.
Right.
So yeah.
I just gotta give a quick shout out to Free Fire with Brie Larson.
Yeah,
that was really good.
I've heard a lot of good things about that. Did you see Alien Covenant?
I was actually.
I'm a huge Alien fan.
Good segue actually, because I guess we now got to talk about least favorite movies of the year.
Yes, we do.
Alien Covenant is so far my least favorite movie of the year. I like you said, I too am a huge Alien fan. I love the first Alien so much. It is one of my favorites.
It's a standalone movie for me. The rest of them are good, but that
Aliens is also
Alien
really
is
good.
just it's
Aliens
man.
is also an excellent film. I like Aliens slightly more than Aliens, but then the others I could care less about, honestly.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of like me with Raiders.
All right. Then there was Prometheus, which I'm not a fan of. Technically, it's brilliant. It's a really, really well-made film. It's really gorgeous to look at. The problem is, whenever anyone says anything or does anything, the characters were idiots. And then Alien Covenant, much worse, much dumber. And then, but when it gets to the alien stuff that everyone clearly wanted to see, it's just basically stuff that we've already seen before. Which now I gotta say, Michael Fassbender is brilliant in that movie, as he was in Prometheus as well. But like, nothing in that movie stuck with me. That movie did nothing for me.
Where the coming from someone that knows a lot about the props and stuff like that of that movie to you that have actually seen the movie, was the proper production value that Daisy with Ridley Scott put in there, was that a redeeming factor at all?
I will say,
because it was cool. The suits are very, very, very cool. But if the story takes you out, it doesn't matter.
See. Like I said, much like Prometheus, it's a really, really well-made film. Ridley Scott is a fantastic filmmaker. He's one of the best directors in the film industry. But I think when his stories just don't land.
Did you like The Martian?
The Martian was fantastic, and that might help because it was written by who wrote The Martian?
The book.
Well, not the book. The script. I want to say it was Drew Goddard. Drew Goddard.
Okay.
I was mixing up names.
I couldn't even find it.
Drew Goddard. He's a really fantastic.
Damn writers.
He's a great screenwriter, but
cool.
That might help. The Martian.
I haven't gotten around to reading the book yet. But I really appreciate all the interviews that the author's done with actual astronauts and Ridley Scott and even. I mean, all the actors of it, really. And Childish Gambino's in it.
Yeah.
He's great. Matt Damon was really, really looking forward to making that movie, which helped a lot too. I thought he was a perfect character in it.
He was.
Which was great.
Martian was fantastic. One
Yes,
of my favorites
Martian was
2015.
Bring him home.
Do you have a least favorite movie of the year so far?
I really don't. A Hitman's Bodyguard looks horrible, but I have not seen it. I can't really
also
talk on that. There's a lot of stuff that I'm looking on here that looks horrible. The Mummy looks horrible.
Yeah.
Which I'm open-minded until I see the movie. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But there's a lot of really bad-looking movies on here.
I'll also give a quick shout-out for least favorite movies to the Beauty and the Beast remake.
Yeah, I was looking at that here, and I was like, that looks...
It was, I kid you not, it's the
awful.
same exact movie as the original, but in live action.
But Emma Watson's in it, so they sold
Emma
tickets.
Watson, it's just, yeah...
Get Out's another...
that's another...
for favorite movies. I forgot that came out this year.
That's also another favorite.
That is... that movie was damn near perfect.
I would agree, yeah.
For sure. What movies are you looking forward to for the end of the year?
Oh, okay.
Blade Runner 2049.
I wanted to.
I have a man crush on Ryan Gosling though, so
okay,
where's that leave
that's
me?
cool.
I love Ryan Gosling, man. I love him in La La Land. Yeah. I think he's gonna kill it in 2049.
I hope that movie's good.
It looks nothing but good so far.
It looks fantastic. We'll see. I must have. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the movie I am most excited for the rest of the year is Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That looks like so much fun. Like, seriously, like Thor and Hulk fighting monsters in space. Done.
That looks really good. Ew,
like, who doesn't want to see that?
The Fate of the Furious is a good least favorite movie. Contestant.
I did see that actually.
No, it did exactly what I wanted to do. I'm not gonna hate on it.
It's dumb. The Fast and Furious movies are dumb movies. They're fun.
But I come from the car scene, man. So everybody's obsessed with those movies. I never really cared for them, but the newer ones do exactly what they're supposed to do. It's fast moving. Things blow up. There's cool shootout scenes.
There's hot babes. What else?
But when it's standing up against John Wick 2 as far as action, there's no contest.
I can agree with that.
No contest, man.
But other movies, I mean, Last Jedi, hopefully that's good as well. It's funny, we always keep coming back to Star Wars.
You have to. Well, when we talk about favorite movies that we're looking forward to, it's The Last Jedi for me. I cannot wait. Hopefully my R2-D2 will be done by the time.
That's a good goal.
Annabelle.
Annabelle Creation? No, I never saw that.
I don't want to see that.
No interest.
I'll get around to it, but it's just one of those movies. I'll force myself to watch it.
I have no interest in seeing that.
Did you see the other two?
Nope.
I did. First one was bad. The second one was a little bit better, and then this one is probably the worst one.
It's an origin movie, so
yeah, exactly. Which makes it not good. They're coming out with another Insidious, aren't they? Good God,
I don't know.
A bunch of those because I like all of them.
Sure.
You got any more questions?
I do have one more, but I was going to say real quick, Justice League. I don't like the DC movies. Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Justice League goes. It's funny though. I am gonna buy. I am buying a shirt to wear for the Justice League premiere. I'm wearing sad Ben Affleck shirt.
That's great.
I'm doing that.
That's great.
I just need to order it soon. So.
Damn! Did you see Gone Girl?
Yes.
What an incredible
Gone Girl
movie.
That was one of my favorites. 2014.
Wow! It was one of those few movies that had twists and turns, but every time there was a twist and turn, it made me happy. It really did, and they were not positive twists and turns. But but when they happened, I didn't go, "Here we go again." Just for no reason. I hate those kind of twists.
Yeah, but Gone Girl was excellent.
Yes, it was.
It's a final question, actually, that I've got on here. Dean Anderson asks, favorite animated movie? Ooh.
Oh.
This is tough. If I had to pick one, just one, I'd probably have to go with Bambi.
Okay.
It's very gorgeous, and it's a very dark tale of just like
yes, it is
life and rebirth and all that stuff. It's like a cycle of life, really.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's really, really good. That might be my favorite animated movie.
Okay. There's only one fully animated movie that I own in my collection, and it is Surf's Up.
Oh,
that movie makes me infinitely happy, but I'm actually gonna go with something that's gotten a lot of love and a lot of mediocrity in the critic realm, which is Zootopia.
Okay.
I absolutely love Zootopia.
Okay,
and I'm not one of those guys that watches a lot of animated stuff.
Sure.
But Zootopia really put me through a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh, that's cool.
Through a couple of animals.
Nice.
A lot of really good like social commentary with that entire
definitely.
thing too. A very very neutral too. Just treat people nice,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. For
I mean, there's so many animated movies I do love, like some stop motion movies I love, like Fantastic Mr. Fox, for example. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It was
Surf's Up.
Surf's Up for you. How about that?
Man, I just like that.
I never
movie.
saw that coming, but okay.
No, we used to play it over at Movie Stop all the time.
Okay.
If you walked in, I'd be playing it just because
R.I.P. Movie Stop.
Makes me laugh. Yes, Movie Stop, for people that don't know, it's actually it was technically nationwide, but few and far between. It's GameStop, but Movie Stop. They split up over a decade ago. Hastings bought them out while I was working there, and they closed down the entire store. It was amazing place, and a lot of people cried when they came in and they saw that we were closing. Very sad stuff.
One of those guys, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Very sad to hear.
I guess we wrap up.
I think that's about it for.
You want to wrap up with some Star Wars, just cause? Who's your favorite character, man?
Boy. I don't want to say Han Solo because that's an obvious.
Yeah,
pick.
no, go with a character that's like out there, man.
Oh boy. I've never actually been directly asked a question in a podcast.
Yeah,
before,
no,
so,
I want to ask
cool.
something completely basic.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I turned on you, man.
Oh, okay. A lot of people hate Luke. Luke's cool, damn it. He's one of us.
Okay.
Support your brothers.
Yeah.
I love Luke. I'm listing characters. I like the Emperor because he's charismatic and he just makes me laugh.
Yeah, he is great.
Boba Fett's cool because he's mysterious.
That's why he got the attention that he did was because he's wrapped up in so much mystery. You don't know who he is, what he is, which he's really just a bounty hunter. You know, but it makes you wonder. Well, not at the original trilogy time after he became something completely different with the prequels.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Darth Vader is another obvious pick.
Yeah,
because he's cool.
Absolutely.
Favorite character. I mean, I'd probably say the best is Han Solo.
Because
I love Han Solo.
Yeah, everybody loves Han Solo.
I mean, I guess if I just want to do a completely different answer, I'll just say the Emperor. Just because.
Nice, I like that answer.
He's just so much fun to watch. Even the prequels where he's really silly.
Yeah.
Like when Yoda pushes him and he falls over.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
And then when he
was
falls
goofy,
over
man.
that chair, that
He was
makes me
goofy.
burst out laughing.
He was
every single
goofy.
time.
All on that
even,
weird sound stage thing that they had over there.
Even when they Return of the Jedi, what he does in there, he's just so fun to watch. And Ian McDiarmid is fantastic.
Yes.
The Emperor.
Yes.
How about you? Who's your favorite?
Oh, jeez, man. I'm gonna do a droid. I'm gonna do something that's not a droid. My favorite droid is R2-Q5. The black and gold Imperial R2-D2. I just think it's the coolest thing ever.
Okay.
And Greedo. Greedo. I've always had an obsession with Greedo. I think he's cool, man, and that's why I'm so mad that they turned my boy Greedo into such a killer, and the revamp, the special editions of Star Wars. Yeah. I really love Maz Kanata. I want to wrap it up with something a little bit newer. I love Maz Kanata.
That's cool.
I thought she was a great character.
I guess in terms of new characters,
FN2A7 is fantastic as well.
Yeah, I love
people kind of
Finn and Kylo Ren are my favorite characters from The Force Awakens.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of hate for Kylo Ren, but
I love Kylo Ren.
Never ever
He
crossed my mind to not like him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of which, Adam Driver, wasn't he so great in Logan Lucky?
He was perfect in Logan Lucky. It was such an odd movie.
Yeah,
and in the best way possible. I did not know what I was getting when I walked into that theater, but I walked out knowing that I'm going to buy this thing on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah,
for sure. It's definitely going to be a purchase.
Me too. I would love to watch that movie again.
Made me very happy to see that movie.
All right, well, I guess that about wraps it up for today's podcast.
That's right. This has been Star Wars, a tangent story.
Yes, very much so.
Right.
Like on a blue milk scale, it's we're just drowning in blue milk right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm drinking blue milk right now.
Yeah, he is. He's not bluffing.
That's right.
That is actually blue milk.
Actually,
he has.
blue milk. Yes,
Literal
not for sale in the
milk.
continental United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to outsource that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So if this is your first time listening to one of our podcasts,
thank you for making it all the way through.
Yes, about a good hour into this. I think it's an hour. We'll see when I edit this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know the usual. Like, subscribe. There'll be more podcasts on the way. I'd love to have you come back multiple times.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
And if you want to read my, I do written reviews as well for movies. I don't do them a whole lot. Like sometimes I'll do some analysis of certain films. Like the last thing I did was an analysis on the movie Her, which fantastic
movie.
So
if you haven't seen Her, drop everything you're doing right now and go see her.
Yes,
go see her. Go see her.
Go see it. It's in a theater somewhere. Not really, but
your theater at home.
Yes. But if you want to read those, I have a website called www.galaxyreviews.wordpress.com. Yeah, that's it. And
sure.
I have a Facebook page as well. I'm not very active on the Facebook page, but if you want to like it as well, give it a like if you like.
Yeah,
I'm not forcing you.
My Instagram's my name's Connor Franklin Leland, and my Instagram is VETTDAMIEN VetDamien, and you can follow my R2D2 build there. Making some good progress. It's entertaining.
Yeah, check it out. It's really impressive. Yeah, that's about it. We'll see you folks next time. Take care, everyone.
Absolutely. May the Force be with you.
Yes, indeed. Bye-bye.